Hello, everyone. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. What makes Los Angeles so special is its rich diversity, which is why the LA Civil Rights Department launched the LA for All campaign. On its first anniversary, Executive Director Capri Maddox and Mayor Garcetti looked back at the accomplishments of this campaign.
We've had a year of support, not only from the mayor and our city council members for this campaign, but we've been supported and lifted by the community of Los Angeles that has embraced this campaign. The LA for All campaign was in over 5,000 locations all over the city of Los Angeles in 18 languages.
For too long, people have accepted hate just as the way that we do business. That's something that just happens if you're a member of our LGBTQ community, or if you're a person of color, or if you're a senior, or if you're somebody with a disability. But today we say a city that comes together and hold hands. And I love seeing this, whether it's at a school, or whether it's on a bus, or whether it's in a park. You can't but see that LA is for everyone.
We celebrate all cultures. So if there is a Heritage Month, like right now, we're in Latino Heritage Month, we're celebrating the beautiful contributions of our Latino brothers and sisters. And so when we have Heritage Month celebrations and when we lift communities to celebrate their heritage, we're sending a message that they're supported, included, and valued.
That's why so many people around the world still come to City of Los Angeles, because the diversity here, it makes the city so incredibly special.
I totally support the campaign of LA for All, especially because Los Angeles is one of the most diverse cities in the world. And a lot of the time, these smaller communities, these smaller hurts of LA get to be overshadowed by bigger stories, things that tend to be more sensational. And I love events like this that are able to celebrate everyone of LA.
When people stand up for their neighbors, when they see people being othered, it really is a validating thing, and it's empowering, and it's making a difference in our city. And we have many places in Los Angeles lit up to say that hate has no home in Los Angeles, and more specifically, that LA is for everyone.
Many times, small businesses fail because of their limited access to capital, but also because of misinformation and lack of expert knowledge. Council District 9 and the Small Business Administration are collaborating to help women and minority-owned small businesses receive the resources they need. Let's take a look.
We brought together resources collectively that you seldom see. SBA, Operation Hope, Vermont's Lawson coming together to deliver these much needed services to Black-owned businesses, in this case in Los Angeles, but over this entire country.
There are lots of opportunities in LA at this time, and we want to make sure that small businesses, minority businesses, businesses at risk have a chance to participate, and this provides those resources. We're excited about the collaboration at the federal level, the local level, and also making sure that resources are available and accessible. We have to make sure that there is equity and opportunity.
The SBA is about delivering the promise of the American dream of business ownership to more Americans. Morgan Stanley did a study and found that there's a $4.4 trillion opportunity gap in our economy because they know that women and businesses owned by people of color don't achieve the same level of revenues or the same level of job creation as white-owned businesses because they are underinvested in.
We need Black businesses and brown businesses and women-owned businesses and veteran-owned businesses, not just to be used to get contracts, but actually to be rewarded as the primes for contracts and make sure that they show up when the money is spent, not just when the application is put in.
$25,000 in services. They're yours. Don't walk past it. I know you don't believe it if it's free. Believe it this time. It costs you nothing but your time.
People often ask me, what's the biggest disparity for small businesses of color? And I kind of take issue sometimes with my colleagues They say access to capital. And that's true, but equally as important is access to information. If you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't know how to manage that money and make your business successful, it's all for naught.
Councilmember Marquise Harris Dawson recently attended the groundbreaking of Serenity, a housing facility for seniors who are homeless. In collaboration with the Southside Church of Christ, CD8 will provide a permanent solution for homelessness with the creation of 50 affordable senior housing units. Let's take a look.
I'm welcoming you to the opening of Serenity.
Today we're opening, breaking ground for construction of a senior housing facility for seniors that are now homeless. In this neighborhood, we're going to get this built and move our neighbors off the street into housing. It's so important to the community. The only solution to homelessness is housing. This idea that you move them from block to block to block to block does not work and is ineffective, inefficient, and inhumane. Building housing is the only way, and this is what we're doing here. The Southside Church of Christ is leading the way.
The community will be impressed with what we're going to do for the community, and we hope that they'll join with us, all of the agencies that are working with us.
We're building 50 affordable senior units, and it's geared for homeless seniors, which is one of the most vulnerable populations when it comes to homeless housing or housing, period. And this project is a public-private partnership between the City of Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Housing Department, and the Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles.
The project is going to be, again, serving not only our membership, our community, again, with what the programs that we already have, with what we're doing with youth, and then obviously pouring into our seniors, giving them a quality place to live as they transition in this part of their life.
1, 2, 3. Man, it looked like there's a lot of girls.
The most important part of the project is that a church in the community that's been an institution, that's been here my whole life, stepped up when they saw a need in the community and said, we're gonna get something done and we're gonna do something about it. And they put up what is perhaps one of their most valuable earthly assets, and that's the land.
To inform and motivate its residents, Council District 15 organized a resource and job fair to bring information and career opportunities to the residents of Watts. Several city departments and private companies were busy carrying out job interviews and even on-site hirings. Check it out.
We're in Watts, another resource fair sponsored by the city and co-sponsored by several community organizations. I'm very grateful for this resource fair in our community because it brings together a lot of different agencies.
This event was put on by Council District 15 to help bring job opportunities as well as resources to the community of Watts.
Here we are on Success Avenue at our Watts Resource Fair, and I look to my left, I see Kaiser Permanente is expanding. When we're talking about healthcare jobs, we're gonna hire folks from Watts working at this expanded Kaiser Permanente.
There's some job interviews happening today and also some on-site hiring for folks. Also sharing resources on different youth programs, different things going on in the city. We have LADWP here.
We have many people who live in our neighborhood who need information concerning access to health care, education, and programs to help service their family members. But they may not know where to go. But with this resource fair, everything is here in one place.
And so bringing something like this it's encouraging. There's hope. You know, when there is that hope, you can have that motivation to do something.
Our program is benefiting the community in a way that we're finding automotive is being discontinued in a lot of high schools. Right now in LA Unified School District, there's only 6 auto shops. So with that, there's really no programming in South LA or Watts area for automotive. So we're trying to bridge that gap.
We're here today representing the Rivera Community of Schools for LAUSD. We have schools in and around the Watts area, and we want to make sure that our community is aware of the different programs we have.
I like being in the community and making a face-to-face connection with the community so that we can all feel like City of LA is here for the city.
Councilmember Kevin DeLeon announced $5 million in funding for the community-led Heart of Highland Park initiative to create pedestrian improvements. The funds, previously identified to build the 710 freeway, will be used to enhance the pedestrian environment in the center of Highland Park. Improvements may include new sidewalks, street lighting, street trees, and enhancements around the Veterans Monument. The focus of the initiative is to connect essential public amenities in the area of Highland Park centered around York Boulevard and Figueroa Street. To find out more about what is new in CD14, visit cd14.lacity.gov. The Los Angeles Police Department introduced a pilot housing incentive program for new recruits called Housing for Hires. The program subsidizes a portion of recruits' housing for up to 2 years after they are hired, covering time spent in the academy and training. Designed to help with the current shortage of LAPD officers, the program places recruits in eligible subsidized properties within the city. The costs of the subsidies are covered by the Los Angeles Police Foundation or by apartment building landlords who discount rent. The program also allows recruits to live within the city and become familiar with the communities they will work with as officers. Visit joinlapd.com to learn about the benefits available to LAPD officers. The Los Angeles Department of Transportation's Residential Speed Hump program will begin accepting new initial applications on October 6th. Speed hump installation is intended to reduce incidences of excessive speeding on residential roadways with a speed limit of 30 miles per hour or less. Applicants are encouraged to review the updated info on the criteria for installation to determine if installation is appropriate and feasible. The application period will close when 375 applications, 25 in each council district, have been submitted. Find out more about how LADOT is working to create safer streets at ladot.lacity.org.
Did you know that the Watts Towers just turned 100? The centennial of this artistic LA landmark brought the community together in a multicultural celebration of dance, performance, music, and food. In addition, the Watts Towers Drum Festival and the Simon Rodia Jazz Festival were also turning 40 and 45 respectively. Check it out.
We're celebrating a centennial, 100 years here in Watts, of the Watts Towers and also of this incredible art center. Whether it's music, whether it's visual arts, you know, Watts isn't just one of the centers in Los Angeles, it is one of the capitals of the world of culture and of creativity.
Watts is very rich. Most people come down here looking for 1965. We're not 1965 anymore. We're very rich. There are more artists in all disciplines coming from the Watts area than anywhere else in Los Angeles.
We have many celebrations. It's a 100-year anniversary of the Watts Towers. It's the 40th anniversary of the Watts Towers Drum Festival and the 45th anniversary of the Simon Rodia Watts Towers Jazz Festival.
It's the people, it's the music, it's the food, it's just nice, and it's relaxing. You can just sit and relax and enjoy yourself.
For years, I couldn't come because I had to work. So I've been here the last, 4 times they've had it, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoy the drums. I just enjoy the drums.
It just shows the malleableness of cultures, how cultures blend together. The brother that designed these Watts Towers was from Italy. He was an immigrant that came here from Italy, and he was a recycler before recycle was hip.
Uncle Sam, my Uncle Sam, Salvatore Dia, he created this magnificent, mysterious, and unusual world monument right here in Watts, the Watts Towers.
It's a great day, more investment, more art, more people, and finally, we're back together.
Did you know that the city currently has 4 different types of recycling and trash bins? Blue, green, brown, and black. In presenting the launch of the Organic Waste pilot program, the LA Sanitation Department breaks down what items should go in each bin so we can all do our part to help the environment.
Currently, the city has 4 bins. We have the blue, which is for the recyclables. We have the green for the yard trimmings, and we have the brown, and then we have the trash, which is the black. Anything that doesn't go to the blue, the green, and the brown, it goes to the black or the trash. What goes into the blue are the mixed papers, the cardboard, the cartons, the scrap metals, and the plastic. Make sure that all those materials must be clean, dry, so that it will not bring any contamination to the good materials that are already in the blue. The city has 7 safe centers, and the SAFE is an acronym for solvent, automotive, flammable, and electronic. So we have 7 locations strategically located within the city of LA, and those materials can be dropped off to those locations. Right now, the only item that goes into the green bin is the yard waste. And when we have this Curb Your Food Waste pilot program, where the residents has the opportunity to recycle food waste, then they have the opportunity to put it into the green. And at the same time, when we have this phase 2 of the Organics LA program, we added like 22,000 households. The food that we put into the trash or the black bin, they go to the landfill. And once it goes to the landfill, it decomposes and produces greenhouse gas or the methane gas. And the methane gas is a significant contributor to the global warming.
The Elysian Valley Arts Collective teamed up with the city to host the Frogtown Art Walk to showcase its 3 pillars: art, nature, and play. Artists from all backgrounds presented their work in person and in an environment that supports diverse voices and representation. Let's take a look.
We're here at the Frogtown Art Walk, put on by the Elysian Valley Arts Collective and others, to share what the LA River Public Art Project has done and will be doing in the future. We're an organization that's dedicated to public art on the LA River as part of nature, art, and play.
Frogtown has been very gracious to host this art walk. In past years, it's been virtual because the pandemic shut down, but this year is our first year back, and we've had lots of traffic and lots of people checking out our artwork.
I think it's a wonderful way as an artist to be able to showcase their work, and I think it's a great way to bring people together in the community, and they can get out and have a fun day outdoors, having a great time.
We are a vehicle, we're a tool that artists can use to present their work. We're not being prescriptive to say it should be X and not Y. We are here to create an opportunity for a presentation of voices that might not be heard otherwise.
It's been a great opportunity to be able to show our work in person. I know I myself, I haven't been able to have the public see my work in person. And this year we've been able to host a lot of artists as part of this art walk, and I'm sure everybody feels the same way to be able to get out in the public again.
We have ideas about what a major public art project could be. We also have a Thule boat. created by Indigenous advisors and Indigenous people as part of the cultural richness of the river, an interpretation of the boats that we would have seen on the coast of Santa Monica, the Santa Monica Bay. So it's not just about art you might find in a museum or a gallery. I mean, we want art to be experiential. We want art to speak to the entire history of the river from the very beginning until the future.
Our position and our mission and our advocacy is to see art along all 51 miles of the river. And to demonstrate what that would be like, we have commissioned artists over the last 10 years to do temporary and short-term installations and provide a vision for the whole community, for the whole region, for all of Los Angeles to look at and consider its impact on the river.
Want to hear and celebrate stories in both English and Spanish? That's what the 4th annual Los Angeles Libros Festival, a bilingual literary event for the whole family, was all about. Adults and children enjoyed lively and fun performances from artists that represent many voices in our city.
Hey, everybody clap your hands. Everybody stomp your feet.
Is the 4th annual Los Angeles Libros Festival, and it's a bilingual literary festival for the whole family. And the reason it's so important is we want to celebrate bilingualism. We have authors and illustrators coming in, we have performers, music. We also have a partnership with La Librería, the only bookstore in Los Angeles who specializes in children's and teen literature in Spanish. And so they are also able to come in and help us encourage people to read in whatever language they read.
The Los Angeles Libros Festival invited Skillful and Soulful Press, our independent publishing company from Whittier, California, to participate, and we were local authors and illustrators. And this afternoon, we shared our book, Mommy, Tell Me Why I Am Radiant, Mami, Dime Por Qué Soy Radiante, and we read this to community at a bilingual story time.
And we also shared our trilingual counting board book, and it's in English, Spanish, and Nahuatl. It's Hummingbird, Colibri with Sweet Speech.
Chaca, chaca, chun. Estoy lavando mi calzón con agua y con jabón.
I think it's important for everyone to bring their kids because it's a library. Everyone should know how to read. Everyone should have the opportunity.
It's really important to be bilingual because that's where Los Angeles is today. Paloma is actually in a bilingual kindergarten, so we want the opportunity to expose her in this casual, supportive space where it's very easy to access arts, culture, the love, and so we love the opportunity to talk to the authors, the books that we read, so it's a blessing to have all this here, for free.
Even though it's wonderful for parents to bring their children to the library as often as possible, if you're not able to, you can go to lapl.org. We have so many services online that if you can't make it to the library in person, we welcome you online as well.
We just appreciate our librarians and everyone who does all the work to put this together. We really appreciate you, and we'll continue to follow everything that's happening with this event every year.
The event is free, and everyone is welcome, everyone is invited, and so you can come and celebrate books and reading in any language you speak.
In our feature story this week, our own Anita Bennett sits down with the newly appointed councilwoman for Council District 10, Heather Hutt. As the first Black woman representing the district, she discusses her hopes and goals for CD10. Let's hear this story.
Recently, the City Council confirmed Heather Hutt to represent Council District 10. Now that she is on the council, Hutt is laying out her plans for the district, and she joins us now. So what plans do you have for CD10?
My plan is to use all the city resources possible to bring CD10 back to where it was. We're doubling down on the work that we're doing with our homeless population, make sure our homeless neighbors are housed. When we got our homeless count, 1,300 people, and this was in February, were identified as unhoused in CD10. Between February and now, we have identified that just about 30% of those folks have been housed, and we'll continue to fight to make sure that they are housing secure.
You are the first woman to represent CD10 and the first Black woman. What does that mean to you?
First of all, it is incredible that there hasn't been a woman here before. And for it to be me is a great responsibility. I have to show little girls of any color that they can do this. Because if you can see it, what? You could be it, right?
What has been the reaction to your appointment in the district?
People are really happy to have a voting member. They felt disenfranchised. They felt like it was taxation without representation. We have a vocal district, and they were the ones that reached out to Council President and said, hey, we need a voting member. And that is really the trigger.
And Council President Nuri Martinez has also been very supportive.
Completely supportive. She certainly does understand the city and the complexities of all of it. I appreciate her leadership, and I'm really proud to be able to work with the Council President.
Well, there is a lot of hope about the future in CD10, and we thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I do want to say, if folks want to get in touch with our office, cd10.lacity.gov. That's how you get in touch with us. That's how you can see what our updates are and our upcoming events.
Enjoy a performance from Dr. Pianist. Celebrate the culture of Jalisco without leaving LA, or check out the LA Public Library's Creators in Residence Showcase. All this up next on Things to Do.
Have you ever wondered about the science behind the power of music to heal and unite us? That's what Dr. Pianist Makiko Harada has made her life's mission. Through collaborations with neuroscientists, she quantifies the benefits of music, which you can experience for free at the Platte Branch Library. An internationally renowned classical pianist, Makiko Harada will be performing a live concert where the theme of the program is Stories Without Words. Attendees will be delighted with works by Chopin, Ravel, and Schumann, amongst many others. Makiko will be performing on a new Kawai K300 piano funded by the Friends of the Platte Library. Angelinos are welcome to attend this free live concert that will take place at the Platte Branch Library on Saturday, October 15th at 1 p.m. For more information, visit lapl.org/events. Celebrate your Mexican roots in pure Jalisco style at the 3-day event Fiestas de Octubre at Pershing Square. The event is aimed at promoting Jalisco on an international level. During its duration, there will be live performances from artists like La Arrolladora, amongst many others. Everyone can attend this free event to enjoy the culture, cuisine, music, drinks, and bonds between Jalisco and California. Fiestas de Octubre will take place at Pershing Square from Friday, October 14th through Sunday, October 16th. For more details and to register for free, search for Fiestas de Octubre on Eventbrite.com. The Los Angeles Public Library invites you to experience the artistry of their inaugural Creators in Residence program. This free showcase will feature new original work from photographer Quasi Boyd Bolden and visual artist River Garza. Rooted in the Black and Indigenous Tongva communities, respectively, the conversation between these two artists will cover their approach at art making and how their views on the city inspired them. The event is open to everyone and will also include activities for all ages. It takes place at the Mark Taper Auditorium at the Central Library on Sunday, October 16th at 2 p.m. For more information, visit lapl.org/events. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's it for this edition. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacitywiew.org, and we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.